After the age of 50, your arteries start a quiet countdown. Every year, they lose a little flexibility. Plaque finds it a little easier to stick. Blood pressure finds it a little easier to climb. Most people won't feel a thing until the day they do. But there's a strange purple vegetable sitting in grocery stores around the world, from Mediterranean markets to Indian kitchens to Japanese grills, that scientists have been quietly studying for one very specific reason: what it does to the inside of your blood vessels. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens inside your arteries when you eat eggplant regularly: the good, the surprising, and the one mistake that cancels out all the benefits. Stick around, because mistake number one is something almost everyone does. Let's start with why this age matters so much. Somewhere around 50, most people's arteries begin to stiffen, a process doctors call arteriosclerosis. It's not dramatic. It's not a heart attack tomorrow. It's a slow narrowing, a slow hardening, happening in the background of everyday life. Add in decades of diet, stress, and cholesterol buildup, and this is the exact window where small, daily choices start to matter more than they ever did in your 20s or 30s. This is also the age range where cardiologists start paying close attention to something called LDL oxidation, when bad cholesterol gets damaged by free radicals and becomes far more likely to stick to artery walls and form plaque. Stopping that oxidation process is one of the most talked about strategies in preventive cardiology today, and that's exactly where this humble vegetable enters the conversation. Eggplant's deep purple skin isn't just for looks. That color comes from a compound called Nasunins, a type of antioxidant called an anthocyanin, found almost exclusively in the skin. Here's what makes Nasunin interesting to researchers. Laboratory studies have identified Nasunin, extracted from eggplant peels, as a compound that can inhibit blood vessel formation, associated with disease processes, but its more talked about role is as an antioxidant that helps protect fat molecules in the body, including cholesterol, from oxidative damage. Why does that matter for your arteries? Specifically, because antioxidant compounds like the ones in eggplant may help prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, a critical early step in the development of arterial plaque buildup. In simple terms, it's not just about how much cholesterol is in your blood. It's about whether that cholesterol has been damaged in a way that makes it sticky. Nasunin appears to interfere with that damage process. This isn't just theory from one source. Either separate research on anthocyanin-rich diets found that women with higher anthocyanin intake had noticeably lower blood pressure and less arterial stiffness compared to women who consumed less of these compounds. Two different angles, one consistent theme. Pigment compounds like the ones in eggplant show up again and again in artery-related research. Now here's the part most videos on this topic skip entirely, and it might matter even more than the antioxidants. Eggplant is loaded with a specific kind of fiber that acts almost like a sponge in your digestive tract. Fiber binds to cholesterol in the digestive system and helps carry it out of the body before it's absorbed, which is one of the most direct ways diet lowers LDL cholesterol and reduces cardiovascular risk. This matters enormously after 50, when metabolism slows and cholesterol tends to creep upward year after year, without any obvious symptoms. There's even early clinical research testing this directly. A clinical trial protocol out of Brazil is investigating whether eggplant flour, combined with a calorie-controlled diet, can reduce waist circumference, reduce body fat, and raise good HDL cholesterol, all contributing to lower cardiovascular risk. That's not folklore. That's a formal hypothesis being tested in a real clinical setting. And on top of the cholesterol angle, eggplant brings potassium to the table, to a mineral your arteries genuinely depend on. Quick pattern interrupt here, because this next part surprises a lot of people. Most of us think about sodium when we think about blood pressure. Cut the salt, protect the heart. But potassium works from the opposite direction, and it plays a role in reducing the impact of sodium in the body, relaxing the walls of blood vessels, and improving overall circulation. Relaxed blood vessels mean your heart doesn't have to pump against as much resistance. Over years, that difference compounds. It's one of the quieter reasons plant-forward potassium-rich diets keep showing up in blood pressure research around the world. Whether you're looking at Mediterranean diets, Japanese diets, or South Asian vegetarian diets, eggplant fits naturally into all three. Remember the mistake I promised at the start? Here it is. None of these benefits survive deep frying. Eggplant's spongy flesh is famous for one thing. Above all else, absorbs oil like nothing else in the produce aisle. Batter it and fry it, and you've just taken a low-calorie, artery-supporting vegetable and turned it into a vehicle for exactly the kind of oxidized fat you were trying to avoid in the first place. If you're eating eggplant for your arteries, the cooking method isn't a minor detail, it's the whole game. Grilled, roasted, baked, steamed, or lightly sautéed in a small amount of olive oil preserves. The Nasunin keeps the fiber structure intact and keeps the calorie count low. Deep-fried eggplant, breaded eggplant parmesan, drowning in oil, or eggplant chips, cooked in reused frying oil? You're working against yourself. So what does regularly actually mean here? You don't need eggplant at every meal, a pattern worth considering a few servings a week, prepared simply as part of a broader vegetable-forward diet. Not as a magic solve-all, but as one more consistent input, working alongside fiber, potassium, and antioxidants from other sources too. It's also worth being honest about the limits of the science. Much of the human research in this area remains limited, and most of the strongest findings so far come from laboratory and animal studies. With human clinical trials still catching up, that doesn't mean the pattern isn't real. It means eggplant should be understood as one supportive piece of an artery-friendly diet, not a replacement for medical care, cholesterol medication, or your doctor's advice. If you're over 50 and managing blood pressure or cholesterol, this is a conversation worth having with your physician, not instead of your treatment plan, but alongside it. So deep purple skin, cholesterol-trapping fiber, blood vessel-relaxing potassium, and a cooking method that makes or breaks. All of it. That's what's really happening inside your arteries when eggplant becomes a regular part of your plate after 50. If this helped clear things up, subscribe. Every week, we break down one food and one age group and show you exactly what the science says. No hype, no miracle claims. And if you want the next video to cover a specific food for your specific health concern, drop it in the comments. I read everyone. See you in the next video.